So I was born in a small town called Tulare, California. So I grew up in this little town. I am the youngest of 3 children. So in 3rd grade, we had an assignment like, what do you want to be when you grew up? Well, naturally, I said a firefighter because I had spent so much time either starting fires or learning how to prevent fires with the firemen. And I went to sleep and wrote my essay, went to sleep. And in the middle of the night, I had a dream. And I know that now was actually God speaking to me. And he said, you are going to be a doctor. I had no one in my family who was a physician or a nurse or anyone in the healthcare field, but waking up in the morning and saying, hey, Mom, I had this dream that I'm supposed to be a doctor. And my mother was 100% wholeheartedly supportive and on board and said, yes, you could be a doctor. So I woke up, changed my essay, turned it in, and said that I was going to be a pediatrician when I grew up. And here I am today, an actual pediatrician. So I love the fact that I actually became a pediatrician from a dream that was given to me in 3rd grade. And I stuck with it. It was a long, hard road, but I never saw myself doing anything other than medicine and helping people and teaching people. And I think because of my family, I just never thought that I couldn't do it. So I graduated with a Bachelor's of Arts in History with a pre-med emphasis, and I got accepted to UCLA School of Medicine, where I went to medical school. And then I moved from LA to the Bay Area, moved up here to Oakland to do my residency at Oakland Children's Hospital. Then after my residency, I did a fellowship in adolescent medicine at University of California, San Francisco. And then after I finished my fellowship, I decided that I wanted to just do some work. I enjoy hospital-based medicine. So I did hospital-based medicine for about 23 years, which means that I attended all of deliveries for our beautiful babies that are brought into this earth. I took care of our babies who were sick in the neonatal ICU, and I took care of our well babies. And I did that for like 23 years. I also did a lot of administrative work. So I was the chief of pediatrics at Alameda Health System. And after 2 years, we grew enough to become our own department. And so I became the first chair of the Department of Pediatrics at Alameda Health System. And I did that for about 2 years. So I had a lot of awareness with Alameda Alliance for Health because I had been the president of Sinclair Miller Medical Association, which is the Association of African American Physicians in the Bay Area. And Alameda Alliance had always been supportive of our annual scholarship dinner. I knew the CEO of Alameda Alliance. And once I realized that I sort of wanted to make a change, Alameda Alliance was like the organization that I felt that I wanted to become a part of. I love the work that they do, taking care of the people in our county. You know, I love our little tagline that says, helping people in our communities. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And I really welcomed the opportunity of doing that on a large scale. As a pediatrician, you see families one-on-one. But being able to work at Alameda Alliance and to create a policy that immediately impacts almost 300,000 people really is life-changing. It's an honor. I also wear a few other hats. I am the executive pastor of True Vine Ministries, which is a church in West Oakland. My husband is the senior pastor. And we have always been community focused and community minded. We've always did health fairs where we offered free screenings during the summer for blood pressure, cholesterol. I've always brought in different guests to talk about health and wellness and how to stay out of the hospital, how to live a very well and healthy life. And then my third hat, besides being a mother, that's actually another hat. But I also have a YouTube channel called Talking with Dr. Donna. And on that YouTube channel, which was really created out of the pandemic, when coronavirus hit, there were so many questions, and people were texting me and calling me every single day, asking me questions about coronavirus. What should they do? How do they prevent it? What is it? And there was so much confusion for even medical staff at the very beginning. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know what masks to wear. I remember at Highland, we had different types of masks, and some of them were good, and some we realized we should not have been wearing. And so out of just so many people having so many questions, and there's been so much misinformation, I started researching it myself because I knew because that we were going to be, Black and brown communities were going to be the most impacted. So I wanted to learn as much information as possible, and I wanted to get good information out to as many people as possible. So I started doing weekly videos and updating on coronavirus, on where we were, how to prevent it, what to be aware of, what to look out for. And those weekly videos turned into a YouTube channel. And so now there's Talking with Dr. Donna on YouTube. And my tagline is, you always have an appointment with your doctor. It's great to be able to work at a place where everyone understands that. Everyone gets that sometimes people just didn't make great choices for their health or for their life. And it's not because they're bad people. It's not because they didn't want to make the right choice, but circumstances surrounding how they grew up, the environment in which they grew up in, their literacy, their educational level, all of that impacts the decisions that they then make on their health. And what I really like about Alameda Alliance is that when we're in a meeting, I don't have to be I'm not the only person saying that, right? I'm not the only person that's bringing up that point. And so it's great to work in an environment where people are truly giving people the benefit of the doubt and are willing to help them, even though they may not have made the best choices, but are still willing to fight for them, to be advocates for them, to make sure that they get the best services, that they see their doctors in a timely manner, that they have access to specialists, that they're able to, pretty much get what they need. And so it's just amazing. I love it. I love the water and the ocean. And so I like to go just walk around the marinas. That I'm blessed to live in the Bay Area, and there's Emeryville Marina, San Leandro Marina, Berkeley Marina. And so I usually go for walks around the marina. I love going for walks. Lake Merritt, that's probably where you'll see me almost every morning walking the lake. But I also love reading, and one of my favorite types of my genre is murder mysteries, which is also part of the reason why I like pediatrics, because for a while, the kids can't talk to you, right? They can't tell you what's wrong. They can't tell you why they're crying. They can't tell you what's bothering them. And so it's like a mystery. You have to go in, you have to ask the right questions to get the right answers so that you can get to the right conclusion. And so I think those two things kind of go together. And I enjoy baking. My mother was an excellent baker. She could bake anything and make it phenomenal. And so I'm trying to perfect her pound cake recipe.